You know, Trump is not allowed to tell Pam Bondi, go get Adam Schiff. So what Trump does is he just posts about him on Twitter. And it shows you that Adam Schiff's head is going to eventually roll. He's going to get caught along about, I think they can get him on about 3 different fronts. I remember Kash Patel saying they could go after James Comey on about 4 or 5, several fronts. So even though he temporarily got a reprieve out in Florida, there's more coming out on him too. They're going to get their guys. This is the most understaffed administration with the most corrective work to do. Welcome to Doug in Exile as we go to Trump's first post on Adam Schiff. This is what Trump posted. Great going, Anna Paulina. Adam Shifty Schiff is guilty of crimes against our country. So that's Trump's post. I believe this is a message to Pam Bondi and his Department of Justice to pull the trigger on this investigation. Here's Chicago Ray. Remember this, Anna Paulina Luna did something no other member of Congress did. She entered into the record the $32 million that Adam Schiff misappropriated for the Russia collusion lie. Trump voided the auto pen pardons of Schiff yesterday, so Schiff must stand trial for all his crimes. That's the messaging going around right now about Schiff. Here's my buddy Grums. He's a video game designer. He says, I'm very sorry it came to this. This is about immigration. It didn't have to, but you gamed the system to try to get votes and lock in your power. That's to the Democrat Party. And in doing so, you have created this problem. None of these solutions left are easy on addressing illegal aliens. And he's talking about Secretary Kristi Noem. Bad news for illegal aliens. We're coming for you. She said, I just met with the president, Kristi Noem posted. I'm recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. Our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to Americans, that's you and I paying into the system. We don't want them, not one. That's bad news, guys, for illegal immigrants, because it is time for them to go. And now I've got a quick word from you, the chat, on Chapter. Check this out. Here's from you, my people, saying, I called Chapter and oh my God, so happy I did. I was on the wrong plan for the last 6 years. And to think, I wasn't even going to call. Even if you think you got the best, call to check. They're super nice. I give them 5 stars. Guys, this is the only reason that I got into a partnership with Chapter when they agreed to fund this program. And I told them, look, this is high risk, man. I've been canceled by everyone, but my audience really needs help navigating the world of Medicare. I have a suspicion that many of them are overpaying. Well, now it's late in the season, so the phone call, you're going to be lucky to get in line. I have a couple of some good news, but call early. Tell them Doug in Exile sent you. They might write your phone down and have to call you right back. But you have till December 7th before this annual time season is up. And I really want you to get their help. Here's a guy that put this on Twitter. If you're on Medicare, I suggest calling Chapter. This is at my phone number, 631-961-8696 at Doug TeNapel. Recommended them. We called them yesterday, and they're saving us almost $2,000 a year, even after adding drug coverage. That's why I look good promoting Chapter, and I love that they help you save $2,000 a year. Hi, Doug. Richard at Chapter helped me save $800 a year. So when my brother called Friday saying his prescription drug policy was canceled and asking for my advice, I gave him Chapter's number. That's the number that I provide here, and told him to call early tomorrow. He did not get a new policy for himself. He did and got a new policy for himself, his wife, and adult son. Thanks, Doug. And of course, to all of you, it is now time for you to call Chapter as soon as possible to save that money. Get in line, guys. The number is 631-961-8696. Call my friends at Chapter. Tell them Doug in Exile sent you at 631-961-8696. And now back to our show. Okay, this one I like, this takedown by Andy Biggs, just absolutely slamming the Democratic guy named Frost.
What does the T and TPS stand for?
He is creating
what is
more
the T? No. I answered your question. Answer mine. What does the T stand for?
Temporary protective status.
The T stands for temporary protective class. And here's the deal. Temporary parole status. That's what it stands for. And what that means is we're going to parole you in for a period of time. We have people who have been paroled in for their temporary period of time for more than 20 years. More than 20 years.
They're still illegal. It's been 20 years. They've been temporary for 20 years. That does not make them a citizen.
And they won't go home.
So you're saying...
And I'm suggesting they need to go home.
And
that's what President Trump's suggesting. I think that's what the American people want. And when we get back to this question...
None of the polls show that now.
I'm sorry?
None of the polls show that now. The American people are overwhelmingly against what this president's doing in immigration. In fact, for the first time in
I don't care what the polls say. Time for them to go. I don't care that it's unpopular.
History, more people are with us.
I'll take my time back. I was respectful and let you ask your question. I disagree with you. I disagree with your interpretation of what polling is saying. What I'm suggesting to you is this bill corrects an inequity. So let me give you an example. How many people are in Congress from California that shouldn't be here because you overcounted, including apportionment of illegal aliens? By some estimates, it's as high as 7.
7 seats shouldn't be there because they counted temporary status illegals into our census to apportion our House of Representatives seats. Wait, there's more. Letitia James on abortion being argued in the Supreme Court right now. It's shaping up to be a bad week for blue state AGs like Letitia James, Attorney General, who like to bully pro-life pregnancy centers. That's why we're wearing today the first Planned Parenthood. These are pagan sacrificing babies to Moloch. Letitia James, Democrats. That's why you never put an X next to a baby-killing Democrat. Today, New York said Letitia James lost a unanimous ruling at the Second Circuit. That's good news. Over her attempt to silence and punish crisis pregnancy centers who inform women about abortion pill reversal treatment. It's now legal, thanks to the Second Circuit. They're just defending free speech, guys. That's radical to Democrat baby killers. Tomorrow, New Jersey's Matthew Platkin will answer for his lawfare against pregnancy centers at the U.S. Supreme Court. That's today. Being argued right now at the Supreme Court. Pray for the unborn in America, guys. This is a national embarrassment that we are still sacrificing our babies to Moloch. ADF Legal is honored to represent pro-life pregnancy centers in both cases and many others. The abortion lobby's concerted harassment campaign against local pro-life ministries is shocking and shameful. Women deserve better than abortion. We won't stop fighting for the charities that exist to give them a real voice. And there's evil Letitia James. I just want to let all you guys know that when the beloved Miss Maple and I tithe some of our income for this show, it goes to local crisis pregnancy centers. Just by watching videos on this channel and subscribing, you're giving to crisis pregnancy centers to help struggling, mostly singled, in trouble moms. Now wait, more news. Breaking, the New York Times reports that the story from the Washington Post that alleged that Pete Hegseth ordered narco-terrorists who survived an attack to be killed is false. From the article, the Post article did not provide context that Mr. Hegseth gave what its sources described as a spoken order to kill everyone. That's the New York Times, liberal New York Times, correcting the New York Post. That's good news. Here's Bill O'Reilly on the subject.
This is the beginning of a hellacious campaign to undermine the president of the United States leading up to the midterm election. Every day, every way. Any mistake made is going to be amplified to a hysterical level. It is a well thought out campaign. And this is the beginning. Epstein was the beginning, okay? And now this is number 2. But that's what you're going to see.
This is campaign season, guys. That's why I was shocked to see Marjorie Taylor Greene voicing against these bombings or these shootings of Venezuelan drug ships yesterday. She's on the wrong side. She's on the wrong side of Epstein, probably paid for by Saudi Arabia. And here's Libs of TikTok. Nearly 4 million non-citizens received a social security number during the Biden administration with zero vetting. 4 million. Here's the numbers all stacked up. 2021, we went from 250,000, 22, 590, 2023, 964. The year of 2024, Biden's last year in office, 2 million unvetted Social Security numbers so they can get those illegals voting. That's what the Democrats are running on. And finally, here's Secretary Sean Duffy. One day after, it just keeps getting worse and worse for Governor Tim Walz, he says. Good, because Tim Walz is a criminal. Almost our vice president. Just one day after 400 brave employees from Minnesota DHS exposed massive fraud, US DOT has discovered that 1/3 of non-domiciled CDLs were issued illegally in the state. Minnesota, you're on notice. You have 30 days to fix this or lose $30 million in federal funding. We support this. Keep watching, guys. That's how you fund all the good things. I'll keep you informed on the news, on the greatest job I've ever had. And call Chapter. It's the first pinned tweet, has that phone number on it to help yourself out. I'm Doug in Exile.